Hello everyone, it's Alessandro here from criticalhit.net and I'm with Darren. We just finished watching the Bethesda E3 conference and man, that thing started off weird.
Yeah, but let's be honest, there was the one announcement that we were waiting for, Skyrim on my fridge.
And Alexa, and yeah, holy crap. Bethesda really leaned into all their sort of memes and jokes throughout the conference. It was kind of strange and weird, but also kind of endearing.
Yeah, and Andrew WK, we tried to get that whole audience going, but no one was ready to party.
Yeah, no one. But he did kick things off with Rage 2, which kind of looks friggin' awesome. Like a cool mashup of Mad Max and all the Doom kind of gameplay that id Software is famous for. I'm really stoked for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it just looks so over the top. It looks so silly. Plus, you got those cool cars.
Yeah, apparently anything can be driven as well. It's got elements of Bulletstorm in there as well. It just looks kind of awesome. But that wasn't the big thing that Bethesda was focusing on. We also got a sequel to Doom.
Doom Eternal. Now, if anyone knows me, they know just how much I love Doom. It's perfect. It's fast, it's fluid, it's frantic. It's got a soundtrack from hell, literally if you look at the waveform. It's just the ultimate shooter, and it ended on such a cliffhanger that we had to see what would happen in a sequel. And that's what we're getting, Doom Eternal.
And Doom Eternal's taking place on Earth, it seems like, so it's not on Mars anymore. But there was no indication of a release date or anything, just that id Software was going to show it off at QuakeCon in August. So moving on from that, we got a lot of information on Fallout 76. And I mean, what is your take on this online-focused Fallout adventure now?
I don't care. I'm not a Fallout fan. I'm not an online adventure fan, so this doesn't grab me. But I do understand where Bethesda's going. They want to grow that whole MMO aspect of Fallout. They're adding crafting, they're adding social teams. They're also adding nuclear missiles for the players, and that's going to end so well.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how they end up working this out with the idea that players can just completely grief each other and kill each other constantly and persistently throughout this online world. So they kind of want people to play nice together, but we know that doesn't always kind of happen in the real world.
It also looks a lot more action-packed. I mean, obviously you can't have the VAT system, so they're just leaning heavily into the gunplay. I mean, I don't know if it also struck you as a bit more basic with actual action and gunplay.
Yeah, definitely. It just looks way more action-focused and way more gun-heavy, less role-playing in a sense, which is kind of what people have been playing Fallout for. But, at the end of the day, they still say it can be single-player, it still can be played, alone and following just traditional quests, but you're going to have to deal with other players in the world. You can't switch them off.
No, but moving on from that, we also finally got two announcements. One rhymes with Garfield, called Starfield.
Yeah.
So what do we know about Starfield?
Nothing.
And what do we know about the Elder Scrolls 6?
Well, nothing, except that it's got a logo, I guess. Maybe.
And that was the Bethesda press conference.
I don't know, man. Starfield was just hey, this is a next-gen RPG coming from the people who made Elder Scrolls and Fallout. Cool. And then it just seemed like Todd Howard and co. was sick of people asking him if they were working on Elder Scrolls, so hey, we got an announcement.
And some cool music for 15 seconds, and that was really it.
Yeah, that was really it. Some smaller announcements were a co-op mode coming to Wolfenstein with Youngblood. It's a whole brand new story. Some VR specials coming to Prey and Wolfenstein as well.
Elder Scrolls mobile game in the form of Blades, which you can play with one hand free, but I won't judge you.
And you can play it in portrait mode. Apparently that was a really big thing. I don't know. And there was also Prey DLC, which isn't actually story DLC. It's just like a roguelike mode set on the moon, which is kind of not what I was expecting. But hey, it's more Prey, so that's cool.
All in all, a very weird little press conference. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, kind of. Very, very strange. Bethesda's always been this publisher that kind of showed the games and they were like, hey, it's coming out at the end of the year. And this year was all about games that are coming out in the future, I guess. I think Fallout was the only thing that they said had a release date for this year. So, I don't know. Maybe Bethesda's running out of things to kind of pop down with the E3 conferences.
I think the only other highlight was Fallout Shelter on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. And I'm still holding out hope that during the Nintendo Direct we're going to get Fallout 3 on Switch. So, who knows? But that was Bethesda's conference. It was interesting. I definitely want to see more from them at the show, and like they said, they're going to have things like Fallout on the show floor to play. They're going to have Rage 2 to play as well. So we'll be getting our hands on that. So keep a lockdown on criticalhit.net for all those hands-on impressions, and we'll see you soon.